next, let's talk a little bit about academia. Obviously, academia has made some really important contributions to the field over the years. And Viktoria and Nilay, what are the challenges for academic researchers when it comes to making your work relevant to industry needs? Viktoria, maybe you'd like to start with this one.
Yeah, so maybe I start with explaining a bit about what my group is doing, and because my group is more on working on the fundamental side. Although we are now working together with Umicore, but this hasn't been like 4 or 5 years ago. And my group is really interested in fundamental chemistry. And if you work in an area where which is not as applied as maybe the ligands that we are using or developing now at the moment, then it's sometimes difficult to really know what the needs of industry are. So the challenge might be really to do research specific for the needs of industry. So that's probably the biggest challenge I see, at least when it comes to chemistry, which is more on the fundamental than on the applied side. And in that context, of course, it would be great to have a better exchange between university and academia in order to better grasp if an invention that we might make at the university might be of interest to industry, maybe might solve an issue that industry has that we are at university are not aware of. Yeah, but for that, to this end, we really need to know what the relevant needs of industry or problems might be, and these problems might be quite different to what we have at university and vice versa.
And then Nilay, how about you?
Yeah, so probably I'd like to start by echoing something Viktoria said, which is it's often difficult as an academic to know that you are solving a problem which industry actually thinks needs to be solved. Industry often has specific needs. Academia doesn't always know what these needs are. Certainly in the United States, there's something called the Green Chemistry Pharmaceutical Roundtable, and that has been a very good source for academia of identifying problems that industry actually has. But as Viktoria pointed out, better communication and contact in this regard would lead to academic groups solving more of the problems that are relevant to industry. On a more fundamental level, I would say that there's often a mismatch between the goals of academic research and industry needs. Academia often prioritizes innovation over practicality. So if you look at what are the higher impact papers or the research problems which are more likely to obtain funding, these often really value the development of new reactions. And this is not inherently bad, but it's important to note that the accolades for academic researchers tend to be in discovery, not necessarily in making systems which are more practical. And the question becomes, who fills this void between new discovery and implementable systems? And that's something which we as a community, I don't think, have addressed at this stage.
And Philipp, would you like to add anything from Umicore's side about, the importance of working with academics?
Sure, yes. So from my personal perspective, it's definitely an important thing to be in corporations and to be in contact between academia and industry, and also closing a little bit the gap that really in academia, let's say the drivers of industry are well recognized, and at the same time, industry is maybe identifying what could be a new innovative pathway to go to be really applied. And I think it's a very good thing to be in contact and to be in communication, to see the individual drivers there, because from Umicore's perspective, it's definitely not the situation that we just want to sell some catalysts. We really want to make technology available, and technology which is valuable for our customers there. And there's really, and I really love that as a scientific person as well, it's really a nice thing exciting to be in the position to close a little bit the loop and to bring new technologies really to the market. Because I mean, if you go back to one of the last questions where we just started with a palladium acetate and a very simple ligand starting point, I mean, it's very, very visible that that the technology was further developed. We have so many tools in the toolbox right now. And this is really helping the pharma industry to make their important reactions to obtain and to achieve the molecules which are desired.
Mm.
And maybe one thing to add, so it is definitely also one thing where effectiveness in industry are sometimes not perfect. If you really are looking for a new innovative technology, then we maybe do not have the time at that specific moment. So we need some support there as well. So, and there I see really a big benefit in working together and really looking for, let's say, good hits which are really in applications later on. And for me, it's really a thing where 1 + 1 is more than 2.